Hey everyone, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. What are we talking about this time? Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Remake is no longer in development, according to a report. Now you might be thinking, some of you out there might be thinking, I don't remember it being in development. Well, it was. There was rumors that it was being developed. I think it was actually confirmed at some point in time that it was being remade for the PlayStation 5. So basically, it was being remade by Asper Media. That's the developer, who was owned by Embracer. And we've talked about how Embracer Group has been firing a lot of people, and they have this 10-point plan of restructuring, which means, getting rid of every studio they bought, that type of thing. So Embracer Studio is reportedly, like I said, the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake is reportedly no longer in active development, according to GameSpot's sister site, Giant Bomb. Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb. In the latest episode of Grubb's video game news show, Good Game Mess Mornings, Grubb definitively stated that the Knights of the Old Republic remake, once being handled by developer Asper Media, but later announced to be a co-project between it and Saber Interactive, is not being worked on right now. This game is not being worked on right now, full stop, Grubb said. The game is not being worked on in any way at any studio. This comes from, his statement comes from a report last year that stated the game had been delayed indefinitely following the firing of two lead developers at Asper working on the project. It was additionally reported that Saber Interactive was taking full control over development of the title. Though publisher Embracer had not confirmed the project has fully changed hands, it did state in August 2022 that one of the company's AAA projects had transitioned to another studio within the group in order to ensure the quality bar is where it would need to be for the title. So this would be a remake of the 2003, Star Wars RPG that from BioWare for the PlayStation 5 and PC. It was announced during the teaser trailer, with a teaser trailer during the PlayStation Showcase in 2021. Sony was set to co-publish the title. Fast forward to September of this year, and Sony removed any mention of the title from its YouTube page and social media accounts, instantly sparking concern at the project's future. Sony has stated that it removed the trailer due to needing to delist assets with licensed music while the license expires. So, I mean, sure, but I don't know. I call it shenanigans on that. Sony has not elaborated further, but according to Grubb, wants nothing to do with the project going forward. Grubb theorizes that the only party that could potentially save the project would be Lucasfilm. So basically, Embracer CEO Lars Wingefors said, "I noticed that anything I said to this becomes a headline, so I have no comment." So they basically asked him about the game, to give like a thing, and he's basically saying, "I'm not going to say a word because if I say anything, it'll become a giant headline. I don't want that." So yeah, pretty much. This was talked about. Like I said, we had seen rumblings of this out on the internet that it had been canceled or it's, something was wrong with the remake of this game. And with Embracer's, whole, restructuring and getting rid of studios and stuff, it makes sense. We've talked about this before, but Embracer, I think they bit off a little bit more than they could chew, especially with the $2 billion Saudi Arabia thing that they had going on that fell through. And now they realize their britches are too big and they're going to have to go a few sizes down. So they need to get rid of some things. So a Star Wars Knights of the Republic remake, it would make sense for them to cut that as well. And maybe might hear headlines that, Asper Media is going to be shuttered, right? We don't know that, but I mean, like that could potentially come at a certain time or anything like that. They're still cutting people. I think I saw an article here recently that they fired some more people or something like that, or closed out some sort of studio, not one that we've talked about. But it just keeps happening over and over again. So it doesn't surprise me that this would be a thing. What do you think, Shane?
Yeah, at this rate, Embracer Group's kicking their aspers to the curb. Um, it's not a complete surprise because for some reason, some developers don't like money, and they could have put out an HD remake on that thing and just bumped it up a little bit. People would have bought it hand over fist. I mean, it's one of the not just one of the best Star Wars games, but it's one great game. For back in the day. Now, granted, we've had a lot of changes and technology and all that, but still, it would have sold really well. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because there was a lot of people really looking forward to it. There was a few people in our gaming circle that was really looking forward to it, and now it's hasta la bye bye. Uh, you know, Embracer Group, for another Star Wars reference, Embracer Group thought they had the high ground, and turned out no, they were just floating on a piece of burning lava, and they lost their legs, and now we're losing another game, and most likely Embracer Group is going to lose another developer. They are dropping people left and right, and I don't. I'd never heard of Embracer Group until they started buying up all these developers, and it was just one after another, and it was the big one was when they bought some really big IPs from Square Enix like Tomb Raider. uh, Deus Ex, I believe, was one of them as well. And it's like, who are these people? And then we're coming to find out they're trying to borrow all this money from Saudi Arabia, who's not the keenest people. And the deal don't go through, and now they're dropping people left and right. I mean, were they getting their money from them originally? I mean, it's just it's just a weird company, and it's a weird situation, and they own some great rights, and obviously we're not getting them. I mean, we're just not. um Knights of the Old Republic was really being looked forward to. It's a shame, but I'm not surprised either. One, because it's been so long and they stopped development indefinitely and blah blah blah. But also, you know, it's just seems like it's one of those things now where more and more games that have been announced are just they're just not coming. Plain and simple. Skull and Bones. Uh, it's had you know time and time and time again, it's had it's had betas and things like that, but it's not coming. Sorry, Pat, it's not coming. um what was that other one Pat really wanted? God,
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Beyond Good and Evil 2. Where where is it at? It's nowhere. It's not coming. You shouldn't. I don't think any developer should ever announce a game unless it's coming within 12 to 14 months, maybe 12 to 16 months. This way, one, nobody gets their hopes up. Two, nobody gets their hopes up. We've seen too many games do this, and it just this game seems really odd because it's not just a niche game, because it's Star Wars, and people like Star Wars. I mean, video gamers like Star Wars, regular non gamers like Star Wars, especially a game where you get to be a Star Wars character, create your character, change your stats, all that. That game got a lot of non gamers in it. And the remake of this sounded great. I was excited, but now it's just going nowhere. And now it's really going nowhere. So, but I'm really not surprised. It still sucks. It's like something's going to happen, but it technically doesn't happen until somebody admits it. then it technically happened. So, and now it's gone. It's never coming out. And but maybe Embracer Group will start selling their IPs, and we can get this to a developer who will actually make a game. Please, not Ubisoft though.
No, not Ubisoft.
No Ubisoft.
Yeah, I mean, I always try to take the rule for myself. If it's a teaser trailer that's all cinematic, take it with the biggest grain of salt, right? Because don't get super excited. I mean, you can be excited that they're making the game, but don't get super excited that you're going to play it anytime soon, or that you may not even play it at all, right? Because if they don't have gameplay to show off, like actual like somebody playing the game play, then you can just pretty much say that's cool. I'm excited for that, but I'll be more excited when I actually see the game running, right? A concept art or concept trailer is it's just that, right? It's just a way to drum up excitement for something, but you don't know what's going to happen as the years roll on. So, we're excited to see, Star Wars Knights of the Republic remake as being a potential thing to come out. Not saying that it won't at some point, but right now it doesn't look, all signs are pointing to no. And I want to know from Capcom what happened to Deep Down. That game's gone. That game looked cool.
I'm still waiting for Scalebound.
Well, Scalebound, at least Scalebound we know got canceled. Deep Down, they just showed that off at the PlayStation. What was it? PlayStation 4, or was it PlayStation 5? Like introduction.
It was like near the end of 4, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was like the PlayStation Welcome to PlayStation 5, like before it even came out, like the teaser trailer of games that were going to come to PlayStation 5, and Deep Down was one of them. And then we never heard anything about that game since that point. Not even a canceled, just nothing.
Yeah, and
maybe that turned into Dragon's Dogma 2. I don't know.
I want Dragon's Dogma 2, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I wonder, and I don't know. It's just I watch TV. So you've heard of movie companies making movies and then just shelving them. I mean, no true reasons. They just shelve them. So right now, Warner Brothers is going to be investigated because they've shelved Batgirl. They shelved a Scooby-Doo movie and a John Cena movie with the Wile E. Coyote or some shit. Now that one I can understand shelving, but so they make these things and then they put them in a vault and they don't release them, and then they use that $90 million budget, whatever, as tax deductions. Yeah, we need that investigated. So I wonder if this is a similar thing where, developers like, all right, we're going to say we're making this. We're going to put some time. We're going to put some effort, not much, but we're going to put just enough. And then they're like, tax deduction. And they put it, on a hard drive, stick it in a Jumanji chest and bury it in the dirt. It's just, this happens.
Gotta listen for that. Boom, 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 boom. We can find it still.
It's Robin Williams.
Too soon.
Too soon.
I don't know if that's the case. For some games maybe, but for this one I don't think that's the case. I think Embracer just made too many fumbles with everything they've been doing and buying up too much, and apparently they fired, or some of the two of the leads got fired from the project, or they got let go or whatever. So that just hurts it even more, and so they're not getting enough funding. I mean, Embracer's just
they got caught sword fighting in a bathroom. That's why they were fired.
Yeah, wonder who won. To getting too into the Star Wars, they were getting too much into Star Wars lightsabers in the bathroom.
Hey, Bob.
Your Schwartz is bigger than mine. It's hard to say, but so for right now, we can say that Star Wars Knights of the Republic, don't expect it to come out anytime soon, or maybe not even at all. you know, it's unfortunate, but you know, it's not going to be made by BioWare because BioWare they're not the same BioWare we grew up with. So
no, they are not.
Yeah. But anyway, you got anything else you want to add to this? All right, then. Don't get your hopes up out there, everybody, because game's not coming out.
Nope.
At least reportedly. Reportedly. I'm pretty sure it's not, but you know, hopefully we could be surprised. Yeah, a Christmas miracle or something. I don't know. But right now, we're getting coal in our stockings.
Oof.
They look good
That's
for
Anakin.
lighting a fire. Yeah, you got plenty of coal. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the bell notification. Stay up to date with new videos that we do all the time. And let us know down in the comments below. What do you think? Is it still coming out? Does it still hold life? Or, you know, did it not take the high ground and lost its legs? You let us know down in the comments below. Other than that, we'll see you next time.
See you.